But truly, it's about recognizing that things happen for you and not to you, even if they're bad, even if they take away pieces of your soul, even if it's a test that you've thought you've overcome and oh my god, this is happening once more. Just recognize that God is always allowing things to happen for you and it's not to you. And once you make that mental shift, things really change. You see tests as a great experience. You look forward to them. You know what I mean? Your days are more exciting because you approach them with this sense of I will always be victorious because everything is happening for me and not to me. And I think that could be the beginning of a lot of effective change in your life. You know?
And, I found it really interesting whenever we talk about these kind of like negative experiences that we've happened, or when life hits us this really horrendous fork in the road, or we've got this peak and trough and we are just not at the peak, we are at the ultimate mother of all troughs. I always say to myself, we always have to humble our understanding of the situation because it could always be worse. It can always be worse.
Of course.
And there was a woman online, even recently, I saw a video, and it really put a lot of things into perspective. She was talking about how the reminder of the privilege that you have, and she used an example of there is a Quran class where they were learning how to recite Quran, and she was talking about this woman who was having a really hard time because of her cultural background and her ethnic background. Certain phraseology, certain accents, certain diction in the way that she pronounces or enunciates words wasn't aligning with certain letter forms like qaf or ha or a, and it was really difficult for this person that they spent like 20 minutes trying to get the person to do a qaf. And it reminded me of my own experience that I didn't learn how to speak Arabic until much later in life. The first time I properly spoke Arabic, where I was having full-blown conversations, was actually in my early 20s. And so I never learned how to properly read and write Arabic. That's why I don't read Quran and write Arabic. And it's something that I really hope to get better at. But it's something that I've really struggled with. And I remember the first time that someone said the word heart outside of the Syrian way of saying it. So elb, like with a. But I didn't know it was qalb, And it took me 6 months before I could say qaf. And the woman was, because that hit a sort of a nostalgic nerve in my brain and triggered that memory, was because that person worked for 20 minutes trying to say that one specific letter